Shalom. With the School of Universal Practical Knowledge, come out 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Command Juliana. Saying since 1969, we've been teaching blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians that we are the 12 tribes of Israel in the Holy Bible. I'm saying the Lord's chosen people, and the only people that this book right here was meant for, the only people the Lord gives a good goddamn about. I'm saying, and the only people that the Lord will, only give a damn about, until the end of days. And of course, that our oppressor, same man that has been mass incarcerating us and gunning us down in the streets, is nothing more than the devil that the Bible speaks of. Slakia. I'm saying today, we're going to be going over, some that has been truly plaguing the black community. Some has been, misleading and misguiding our people for, so long, to where we simply turn our back on the Lord and what it is that he says to do. And some that give us a false idea of, the man that died for us in order to survive as a nation. I'm saying most people know him as Christ. I'm saying in the ISUPK, those of us that know Hebrew, we know him as Yahushua. Saying, but we're here to destroy the lies that the Christian church and our aunts and uncles and grandmothers taught us when we were growing up. That is that, of course, when Christ died, he did away with the law. Which is simply not true. Give you a second to show you the class. Tag every single black, Hispanic, and Native Indian into the class. Allowing you to do your part to raise up the nation and to spread this truth in any and every single way possible. It's lucky. So we're going to be starting in the book of Matthew, chapter 5, and verse 17. If anyone wants to go ahead and get there ahead of time before we go ahead and start. All right, we're going to go into it. Book of Matthew, chapter 5, and verse 17. Think not Salaki. Before I get any further in scripture, I'm saying these words right here are in red. I'm saying meaning that they are from, I'm saying, Christ. I'm saying those that, these so-called leaders like to say is, done away with the law. I'm saying the same man that these people like to say loved everybody and all this other nonsense. I'm saying these came out of Christ's mouth. I'm saying so book of Matthew chapter 5 and verse 17. Think not that I am come. So Christ is letting us know himself that he didn't come to do away with the law. He didn't come here so that you could, be out here getting high in the streets. He didn't come so you could be a murderer or a whore, I'm saying, a drug dealer. He didn't come so that you could sit there and sleep with the women of our oppressor. I'm saying Christ let us know himself that he didn't come to do away with what it was that the Most High put in place. Meanwhile, this is something that is not taught in our communities. And due to it not being taught, you just got so many of our people out here just lost. I'm saying out here being nothing but wicked bastards because they don't know the laws, because they've been taught since they were born by their Christian pastors, I'm saying by their mothers, by their fathers, parents, aunts, and uncles, that Christ died so that way we can live under grace as a nation. I'm saying not only as, a nation, saying what Christianity likes to teach, but as, the whole earth, they can just do as they please without any type of consequence from the Lord. I'm saying when this scripture right here lets us know that what Christian pastors have been teaching for generations upon generations, I'm saying for hundreds of years, because we had Christian pastors, it's like black Christian pastors, even when niggas were slaves. So what they've been teaching since then has been a lie. I'm saying Christ, he ain't die so you could sit there and eat pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster. I'm saying he didn't die for everybody. Or the prophets. I'm saying so all the mighty men in this book right here, I'm saying they were prophets. I'm saying they were teachers. Men that made sure that the nation of Israel kept the laws, statutes, and commandments, which, obviously that is something that is severely lacking in the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian communities. I'm saying these are so-called, religious leaders, spiritual leaders in general. They don't teach us what it is we're supposed to be doing as a nation, which is following what the Lord told us to do. But instead, these so-called leaders, they tell us to simply, follow in the ways of our oppressor. You understand? To follow in the ways of America, in the ways of a wicked and disgusting nation that has had just such a goddamn, grip on us for 400 years, 400 plus years. Slovakia. So that's what happens when these so-called leaders are raised without morality. I'm saying without an understanding of these scriptures. Otherwise, they're simply just gonna sit there and turn to our oppressor. I'm saying turn to an African, an East Indian, an Arab, an Asian. I'm saying anything that they think will, allow for them to fulfill their own lustful and disgusting needs, desires, Slovakia. when if we were taught to follow in the ways of Christ, I mean, shoot, we wouldn't have to worry about, Christian pastors. I'm saying these same men that sit there and molest children, these same men that are sitting there and not speaking out against, our people being drug addicts and our women being whores, men being homosexuals, and any and every other, just simply, lustful desire it is that, we seek after in the land of America. I'm saying, because the prophets, even though that was, like 2,000 years ago, I'm saying 1,000 years ago, I'm saying the prophets, they spoke out against such things. They ensured that the nation of Israel, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, kept the laws, statutes. I'm saying? They made sure to lay their lives on the line in order to make sure that our nation would do this in order for us to be, brought up above these other nations. I have not come to destroy, but to fulfill. And so these words right here are in red, and Christ let us know himself that he didn't come to do away with the laws that the Lord gave us. I'm saying he didn't come to make sure that you could be a drug addict, that you could be a drug dealer, or, a homosexual slut, a murderer, a rapist, someone that commits, all types of adultery. I'm saying he didn't come to make you feel good about all these simple things you were doing. I'm saying he didn't come for all that. I'm saying Christ came in order for us to keep the laws, statutes, and commandments. That's why he said he came to fulfill the laws, because he himself, the laws of the Lord, to doing as his Father told him to do. Because Christ knew that if he didn't do such a thing, then not only would the Lord punish him, but he'd punish the nation as a whole. You understand? That goes to show you, like, the understanding that it was that Christ had. Not only that Christ had, but that shows you the understanding that the priests and prophets in ISUPK have. I'm saying, because the men and women in this school, we recognize, I'm saying, that our nation suffers simply by the sins of, not only the people as a whole, but from the sins of, the individual. I'm saying the Lord has brought down the entire nation before, just from one man sinning and keeping a heathen nation. Which I believe that's in the book of Joshua, I believe. You know what I'm saying? But that's just a mentality that us as a nation have to get out of. That, the Lord doesn't punish us as a whole. Because, I'm saying, at the end of the day, we got women out here that aren't, committing abortions or getting high. I'm saying, they aren't eating pork, crab, shrimp, and lobster. And whatever other, things are abominable in the eyes of the Lord. I'm saying, but if you want truly keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, I'm saying, you might not be doing one of them things, or two of them, or three of them, But if you ain't doing as the Lord told us to do, I mean, to punish you. I'm saying he's going to punish us as a nation, which is why so many of us are imprisoned. I'm saying murdered. I'm saying strung out on drugs, alcoholics. Why so many of our women are being sex trafficked and made into whores and being made into lesbians and men homosexuals and this and that and the third. It's because we don't have the understanding of these scriptures right here, defying the Lord. And it's really as simple as that. Verse 18, for verily I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass. For verily I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass. So Christ is letting us know, you know what I'm saying, that he's letting us know as a nation, you know what I'm saying, as blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, no matter what it is that our pastors sitting there saying, no matter what lies it is he is telling us, he's letting us know that certainly until heaven and earth pass, which if you know these scriptures right here, which it can only happen if you are in the ISUPK. I'm saying if you know these scriptures, you know that heaven and earth will never be, done away with. It will never pass. I'm saying it'll never be something that the Lord just says, you know what, there'll be no more heaven, no more earth. So Christ is letting us know that until these things pass, one jot or one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law. And so Christ himself is letting us know that even the smallest, you know what I'm saying, law in this book right here, you know what I'm saying, the Bible, will not be done away with. I'm saying it won't be something that is simply ignored. And our people, due to us being raised in the society of America, we see the smallest type of things, such as eating pork, I'm saying eating chitlins, smoking weed, being a drug addict, laying with the women of our oppressor or the women of any other heathen nation. And that can even, simply go into, being jealous of your brother. I mean, there's just so many different, examples and laws that it is in this book right here. You know what I'm saying? The Holy Bible. You know what I'm saying? It's got the culture, you know what I'm saying, the customs and the laws of our nation that we have kept, you know what I'm saying, since the beginning, you know what I'm saying, since Genesis. Say if that gives you, just the simplest of ideas, what it is this book lays out for us as a nation. So when Christ sits there and he says, I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna reread it for you. Verse 18, for verily I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass, one jot or one tittle shall no wise pass from the law. So essentially, Christ is letting us know the earth is completely destroyed and until the heavens are simply, done away with by the Lord. There ain't one law that is going to be done away with in this book right here. One law that you can simply break and get away with it. Because at the end of the day, no matter how much our oppressor likes to sit there and promote doomsday, his doomsday philosophies to our nation, and talk about how, oh, well, I don't know, 100 years from now, 50 years from now, whatever nonsense he spats out, the world is going to be destroyed by a meteor and whatnot. I'm saying that's if both of them things, heaven and earth are ultimately destroyed by the Lord. That eventually one day, the Lord, it's like the world will be destroyed. Heaven, it don't exist. The Bible, it ain't true. It's, what is it, fictional? Us believing in the words of our enemies, of our oppressor, that's what's, that's a common, idea in philosophy in the Black community, is believing in what it is that our oppressor says and every other nation. Therefore, so many of us don't believe in this book right here. Therefore, so many of us don't keep the laws, statutes, and commandments. And due to us not keeping what it was that the Lord gave to us as a nation, so he simply punishes us as a whole. And we wonder why it is that we are so destroyed as a people. You understand? Why it is that we have to sit there and turn to our enemy in order to, look for some type of salvation for our nation. Till all be fulfilled. So, Christ let us know that even, that not a single law will be done away with until it is the world, and heaven are destroyed by the Lord. But he's letting us know that, no such thing could, not only would it not happen, but it could never happen until it is that all of the, the laws are fulfilled. Until we become a perfect people unto the Lord. Something that he has, planned out since the beginning of time, when he created his chosen people on the face of this earth. Verse 19. Whosoever therefore shall break one of these least commandments. And so anybody that sits there and, they get high, they eat all these abominable foods just to fulfill whatever, lustful deed it is that they think, is bringing them some type of satisfaction. Whoever it is that is sleeping outside of their nation, or sleeping and making whores out of our women, or whoever it is that is following all these separate gods, and the list just truly goes on and on, because we got, I believe it's 2 613, you know what I'm saying, laws in this book right here. 613 laws that we are supposed to keep as a nation. And whatever it is that any, individual in this world is raised to think that, this or that it really ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's something that is so minimal that it shouldn't affect the nation as a whole. But the scriptures let us know, you know what I'm saying, that those that break even the least of the commandments, you know what I'm saying, Salakia. You know what I'm saying? That's commandments. That ain't including the laws. So we break even the least of the commandments. It shall teach men so. And so we got plenty of Christian pastors out here teaching our nation that, the laws are done away with, the commandments are done away with, the statutes are done away with, and that they can simply do as they please. You know what I'm saying? They can do any and everything that their imagination sits there and conjures up. I'm saying these false leaders in the nation of Islam and any other Islamic group, it's like, I'm saying they teach our people to, not give a damn about the Bible. Even though at the same time, they'll sit there and they'll let you know that blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are the children of Israel. That we are the chosen people. But yeah, at the same time, they'll teach you, don't listen to that book right there. Don't listen to, these preachings by these people here and whatnot. And then by doing so, they show our nation to follow in the ways of, the Arabs. So one of these heathen nations. And really, ultimately, they teach our people to follow in the ways of our oppressor. You understand? Because Islam, at the end of the day, is no different from Christianity. So they get their philosophy, their doctrine from the Bible, and they just put their own little spin on it to fit their own, desires, their own needs. So these are the type of men that, teach our people to follow Slakia, to not even follow the least of the commandments. He shall be called the least in the kingdom of heaven. So all of, these so-called Christian leaders, I'm saying the leaders of Islam that, let our people know that the Bible's got the truth, but yet you got to follow Allah and all that other nonsense. I'm saying our aunts and uncles and grandparents and parents that sit there and know the true, doctrine of this book right here. I'm saying, know that you are supposed to keep the laws, statutes, and commandments. You know what I'm saying? Know that you are not supposed to sit there and lay outside your nation and eat what you please and everything. I'm saying all these people that know these things, but yet teach the future generations, something that contradicts this Bible right here, which is something that comes against the Lord. I'm saying they are going to be the least in the kingdom of heaven. I'm saying so they're going to be, your janitors, your garbage collectors, and everything in that sorts. I'm saying, not to get us wrong, even though they have, even though they'll be the least, they'll still be above, I'm saying, the devil the Bible speaks of, I'm saying, our oppressor. They'll still be above the African, above the Asian, East Indian, and every other heathen nation that is out there upon the face of this earth. Shall do and teach them, saying just like the ISBK, I'm saying since 69, of Indians to keep the laws, statutes, and commandments. We've been telling our people to come up out of that whorehouse known as the Christian church. Understand, we've been spreading this truth with everything that we got since 69. So for coming on to 51 years, we've been teaching, the truth behind these scriptures right here. So I understand dismantling the lies that the Christian church has been teaching our people since we were slaves. It's lucky. I'm going to read that for you. But whosoever shall do and teach them, the same shall be called great in the kingdom of heaven. And so all the priests and prophets before the mighty men in the ISBK, I'm saying, all of them, all the current, I'm saying, push this truth until their deaths, they will be called great in the kingdom of heaven. You understand? Their teachings will not sit there and be, something that is just in vain due to our oppressor sitting there lying to our nation. You understand? Our oppressor can sit there and say all day that what it was that our ancestors taught. I'm saying the priests in this book right here. I'm saying the modern day priests and prophets in the ISBK. He can say all day that, oh, well, what it was that they taught, and that ain't something that exists. You know what I'm saying? It was done away with a long time ago. They're wasting their breath and any and every other excuse it is they can come up with is for the sacrifice. The Lord is going to reward us for all the time, all the effort that it is that we have put in order to build Hispanics and Native Indians, while everybody else is trying to break them down into being nothing. I'm saying it's truly, I'm saying it's a very simple concept to grasp. You know what I'm saying? But due to the lies that we've been taught by the Christian church, I'm saying by the elders in our family, we view the Christian pastors as being someone that should be held at such a high standard that no matter what it is that they teach, you know what I'm saying, it's damn near held at a higher regard than what it was that Christ taught. It's something that's held at a higher regard than the laws, statutes, and commandments that the Lord laid out before us as a nation. And that's not something that's just, fabricated out of nowhere. Someone's just imagined. So you can go on the internet every day and you can see a video of, I'm saying, a video, a news article, a picture, I'm saying something of one of these so-called leaders, being essentially held at the same or a higher standard than Christ himself. And you can see these homosexuals, being praised for whatever miracle it is that they've, committed or, committed against somebody in their congregation. Whether they cast out a so-called demon, helped out a certain individual. You're saying knowing damn well that these wicked bastards a goddamn thing for a Black, Hispanic, or Native Indian. I'm saying you ain't gotta look forward to know and to understand that these so-called religious leaders and Christian pastors and anyone else that you look up to in these scriptures, Slaki, that teach these scriptures besides ISUPK are not saying looking to fill their own pockets and to fulfill whatever lustful desire it is that they're looking for. So we're going to go to the book of Matthew, chapter 19 and verse 17. Give everyone a second to get there. Slocky. Slovakia. Slovakia, 1 second. All right, chapter Slovakia, Book of Matthew, chapter 19 and verse 17. And he said unto him, Why callest thou me good? So this was, I'm saying, a young brother that was, I'm saying, seeking to serve under Christ. And Christ was asking, I'm saying, this brother, I'm saying, why is it that you're calling me good? I'm saying, why are you boasting me up? I'm saying, among these other men, among the, Sadducees and Pharisees. Why are you holding me to such, a high standard? Just like so many people today, I'm saying, they just hold Christ at such a high standard that they view him as being God himself. You know what I'm saying? They view him as being, the most high. Without even truly knowing these scriptures that it is that they're supposed to be getting into as a nation. You know what I'm saying? We all got that, family member that is sitting there calling, Christ God. You know what I'm saying that not only is he the Son of God, but he is God himself and in the embodiment of the Most High and all this other nonsense. Saying, but this scripture right here alone, you know what I'm saying, due to it coming out of Christ's mouth, you know what I'm saying, himself, it lets us know, who is it that, this man truly is. You know what I'm saying? Who it is that it's like the Christian church has taught us for so long. You know what I'm saying? The lie that our oppressor has taught us for 400 plus years. There is none good but one. So I'm gonna read that. I'm gonna read that over for you. There is none good but one. So I don't think you got it yet. So I'm gonna go ahead and read it one more time for you. There is none good but one. That is God. So Christ is letting us know that he ain't the same as the Most High God. I'm saying he isn't somebody that is to be held at, such a high standard as being on par or even close to the Most High God. I'm saying the God of Israel. And, that right there is just a perfect example of, how it is that these, Christian leaders, it's like these so-called leaders are supposed to be. So you got a lot of them out there comparing themselves to Christ. I'm saying to the Most High. I'm saying these so-called leaders should know that they are nowhere near, You know what I'm saying? How it's like Yahushua, you know what I'm saying, or Christ. They're nowhere near Yahweh gathering such a following in, such a short period of time that it is that they've been, preaching such false doctrines. And due to it is that the people coming and praising these, religious leaders and bowing themselves before them and basically doing everything it is that they can in order to, just boast these men and these women up, beyond a state that they're truly at. And that's why we got so many of these religious leaders thinking that they can be on par with the Most High God. I'm saying that's why they think that they can truly compete with, Christ. And meanwhile, all these men and these women that think they can compete with Christ, with the Most High, at the same time, they're sitting there and they are canceling whatever service it is that they were supposed to have due to this virus that the Lord, plagued the earth with. I'm saying they stopped putting out holy water because they were worried about people spreading the infection. And they were truly worried about these things. Because, it was just so, so detrimental. It was such an impact on the Christian community that, news outlets were covering, all these churches that took the holy water, out of their own little altars. All these new news outlets were covering, all these pastors sitting there and saying, I ain't dealing with the people until, this virus is handled. I ain't dealing with the people until, proper, protocols can be put into place to ensure that I'm not infected with said virus. You understand? But in reality, if these were truly righteous men of the Lord, men that truly served the Lord to their fullest extent, they wouldn't be worried about a goddamn virus. A plague. You got thousands of us, of priests and prophets in the ISUPK coming from all around the world and converging on, New York in a month. Just a couple days less than a month with this pandemic that is going on, and we ain't worried about a single one of us being infected by this plague. By this virus. We're still gonna be dapping up. We're still gonna be hugging them brothers that we ain't seen in a long time. Them brothers that have come from the UK. Come from Cali. Come from the Midwest and the South and any and everywhere across this earth. Understand? And we ain't worried about a single goddamn brother being infected. A single brother and infecting the entire school. And it's simply because we got the Lord with us. Because we fear the Lord. Because we sat there and we listened to what it was that Christ was trying to teach us as a nation. When you do these things, you ain't got a damn thing to fear, yo. You ain't got to worry about you getting sick, about you being murdered by the police, being murdered by your brother. You got to worry about losing, your you know what I'm saying, your slave or your house, losing your woman. You ain't got to worry about these things because you serve the Lord, and the Lord is going to protect and reward you. It's really, you know what I'm saying, it's really is as simple as that. But if thou wilt enter into life, keep the commandments. I'm saying, so there's so many of us out here, I'm saying, in the cities of America. You understand? The cities of Canada. You know what I'm saying? So a few of us across seas suffering in whatever city it is that we're in that is controlled by these different heathen nations. Saying, but Christ is letting us know that if we simply keep, you know I'm saying, we can enter into life. You know I'm saying, we can find a reason to keep living as a nation. You know I'm saying, as an individual. You understand? Because at the end of the day, so many of us that are plagued with, you know, depression, suicidal thoughts, you know what I'm saying, turn to drugs, you know what I'm saying, really just finding any type of means to escape what it is that we're going through, which ultimately all these means of escaping, you know, whether it's alcohol, philosophies, drugs, you know what I'm saying, means of violence, you know, all these different type of things, that is, how should I put it? Essentially, that is turning us away from life. So you can't be focused on, you know, surviving if you are worried about these things that it is that most of us participate in. Saying you're more focused on whatever, you know, deed it is that, you know, you want to participate in, no matter if it means the death of you. You understand? No matter if it means that you're going to be brought to such a low state that you'll be completely and utterly unrecognizable. But if we sit there and we keep the commandments that the Lord gave us, I'm saying, not to follow, you know, other gods, I'm saying, to recognize that the Most High, you know what I'm saying, the God of this Bible is our one and only God. You know what I'm saying, worshiping grave images and simply such things as keeping the Sabbath. You know what I'm saying, if we can do such things, then us as a nation, we can enter, you know, into slack. So we can have a purpose to survive in the land of America, to survive in whatever land it is that we are captive in. We just got to understand what it is that our purpose is in order to survive, which, to simply put it, I'm saying, our purpose is to serve the Lord, to keep these laws, statutes, and commandments, and to pass them on through the generations. John, yeah, we're gonna go to 1 John 2, verse 3. Like book of 1 John, chapter 2, and verse 3. Like him. And hereby we do know that we know him if we keep his commandments. So this is for all the, all the, Christians that sit there and try to, boast themselves by saying that, oh, well, I got a personal relationship with God. Saying, or I'm saying whatever, BS it is that our people spat out to make themselves seem above their brother or their sister. Whatever it is that they sit there and try to, spread amongst, our communities, or, make whatever wickedness it is that they're committing seem as, something that is minor in the eyes of the Lord. To shoot, what I'm saying? Because they say they, what I'm saying, got a personal relationship with him. It's like, because they say that they know the Lord. I'm saying, which me personally, I'm saying, with whatever, I'm saying, with my personal experiences, I'm saying, I've come across a few, I'm saying, brothers and sisters that claim to have a personal relationship with the Lord. I'm saying, I got an uncle that sat there and tried to tell me when I first came into the truth, I'm saying, to ISUPK, that he's got not only a personal relationship with the Lord, but he knows for a fact that, I'm saying, Christ himself sat there and ate shrimp. I'm saying, ate a crab and lobster. I'm saying, I try to sit there and say, You know what I'm saying? Just all these wicked things against, Christ. You know what I'm saying? The king of the nation of Israel. And to make matters worse, this brother was a Slacky, what is that called? The Sunday service to the youth of our nation. I'm saying, so he's teaching our people that, Christ would much rather some goddamn shrimp and, you know what I'm saying, and crab and lobster. I'm saying, he taught our people that, Christ would have rather have died before he gave up such things. So I know this because, I'm saying, when a nigga was a young man in the truth, he told such things to me. I'm saying, this is a personal experience. So this was a man that was sitting there and saying, shoot, I'm saying, not only do I have a personal relationship with the Most High, but I know Christ like that nigga was the back of my hand. You understand? I know that man, he sat there and he would much rather die before he gave up, shrimp, crab, and lobster. You know what I'm saying? I know that nigga licked his fingers afterwards after he ate such abominable, you know what I'm saying, animals to the Most High. Just like Christian pastors do today. I'm saying, just like that brother sat there and he taught the youth of our nation such things. You know what I'm saying? Just imagine what it is Christian pastors teach, you know what I'm saying, our people in the churches today. It's something that is much, much, much worse. It's something that we simply look past as a nation because, obviously we can't see our pastors as doing something wrong. I'm saying we can't imagine such a thing due to, all the lies that it is that we've been taught in the church. So we are going to continue on to verse 3. If we keep his commandments. And so in the beginning of this verse, I'm saying, it said, and hereby we do know that we know him, which is something that Christian pastors love to say. I'm saying that I know God. I know Christ. I'm saying I got a personal relationship with the both of them. I'm saying they speak to me every single day. I'm saying, telling me what it is I should be doing with my life, which is the same thing that, gangbangers in our communities do. I'm saying gangbangers, I'm saying, wear that cross every goddamn day. And when they sit there and they, talk to someone that it is that they're comfortable with, they'll let you know that, oh, shoot, I got a personal relationship. You know what I'm saying? God told me it's okay to do this, to do that. You know what I'm saying? God told me it's okay to sit there and get high. In the book of Genesis, it provides us with, the herb being good for man. You know what I'm saying? In the book of blah 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 blah, it's okay to sit there and, I don't know, murder your brother. You know what I'm saying? To sell drugs, to be a homosexual. When the Lord told us as a nation not to do such things, the Lord intended for us to be, separate as a nation. For instance, we'll look at The shoot, really, we can look at Slovakia. Really, we can look at any aspect of Native Indian, life in our communities. We can look at our people smoking marijuana, assuming that it does something. We can look at eating, abominable foods such as pork, shrimp, crab, lobster, frog legs, catfish, I'm saying things along this nature. And, we can view it as not truly affecting our nation as a whole. When, if you truly look into the nature of things, I'm saying you look into the diseases that we get as a nation. And say not what it is that all these other nations get. I'm saying because if that was the case, Asians, shoot, they, I'm saying their entire goddamn nation should just be riddled with parasites. I'm saying all types of different diseases because they eat any and everything that they can get their hands on, yo. You know what I'm saying? They eat dung, they eat starfish, you know what I'm saying? They eat, of course, shrimp, crab, and lobster and octopi. You know what I'm saying? And just the perfect example to show you that they'll eat literally anything. Anything that their mind, you know what I'm saying, just conjures up is that you can constantly find videos of them eating dung out here and enjoying it. You can find videos of them eating, a fetus soup. Made up of not only the aborted babies of their nation, but the aborted babies of Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. And you can find these people doing all these type of just disgusting things. But yet the Lord don't plague them how he does us as a nation. Law among our people not to, eat all these type of things that we please. Not to get high. You understand? Not to be alcoholics, whores, and homosexuals, and everything against the Lord. He told. So when, individuals in our nation want to sit there and follow after the Asian man, and we decide to, eat these different insects as the Asians do. You know what I'm saying? Eat tarantulas, thinking that, it'll be a good source of content. And then afterwards, the Lord, sits there and it's like it gives you the BGs. Causes a fever to come upon you because you decided to follow after a disgusting nation. Which I have, had the occasion of experiencing. It's like you're not experiencing, but witnessing what it was that a brother went through for following after Asians, for eating abominable insects. You know what I'm saying? That nigga had the BGs all goddamn day. You know what I'm saying? He's running back and forth from the restroom. You know what I'm saying? Damn near ready to shit himself because he would much rather, devour a goddamn a bug that was deemed as being unlawful in the eyes of the Lord rather than eating some goddamn, I don't know, chicken. You know, eating something that ain't gonna mess up your goddamn stomach. Verse 4. He that saith, I know him, and keepeth not his commandment, which sadly, that is something that a lot of blacks, Hispanics, and natives say, especially, so-called Christian pastors. You know what I'm saying? They like to say, oh, well, you know what I'm saying, I know the heart of the Lord. I know what it is that Christ wants, and all this other nonsense that it is that, Christianity has forced onto our people. It's lucky. I'm saying knowing damn well that they are not, keeping the commandments of the Lord. They're simply fulfilling whatever lustful desires it is that they are seeking as an individual. For instance, I'm saying we got a lot of brothers that try to come into the school. I'm saying, and I say try, because you cannot come into this one body unless you strive to be perfect. Unless you strive to keep the laws, statutes, and commandments that the Lord gave to us and that Christ taught us to keep. You understand? So I know of a lot of brothers that will sit there and say, that they've got a personal relationship with the Most High. You know, say the Lord knows their heart as an individual. But meanwhile, what I'm saying, them specifically, they are more set on more set on getting high in the world. You understand? They're more set on sitting there and being just a goddamn bitch to their woman rather than being the masculine man. Understand? They're more set on laying with these disgusting dogs known as our oppressors' women, just simply rather than being with a woman of their own nation. I'm saying these are things that are truly simple. I'm saying things that are just so easy to grasp. But due to the lies that we've been taught, and due to us, being brought up to believe that our oppressor is greater than us, we cleave onto the nation of our oppressor. Slow. I'm going to read that from the top. He that saith, I know him, and keepeth not his commandment, Slacky, and keepeth not his commandment, and the truth is not in him. I'm saying, so, brothers out here in the world that are simply selling drugs, getting high, just doing all these different types of things that even after doing these things, they sit there and they as being wrong, but yet at the same time they say, well, the Lord, He knows my heart. I'm saying I know the Lord because I know the Bible and all this other nonsense. Saying basically, I'm saying, just pleading their case to try to get some type of mercy out of. I'm not even gonna say out of the Lord, because really it's to get mercy out of the individual that can correct them. I'm saying all these brothers and these sisters that do these things, knowing that they are in the wrong, knowing that they should not be doing these things due to the punishment that the Lord can simply inflict upon them. I'm saying? The scriptures let us know that they are nothing more than a liar, and the truth is not in them. So all these brothers that are out here selling drugs, I'm saying, all these brothers that are stealing and believing in Christianity and Islam, brothers out here murdering, I'm saying, the Lord, truth about them. You understand? So why is it that us as a nation, believe in these brothers and, I'm saying, at an individual level? I'm saying they can be your best nigga from the world, and you'll believe any and everything that he says because he has never, specifically done you wrong. But yet the says that he has sat there and spread, because the drugs he has sold and the women he has made out of, the Lord lets you know that the truth is not in this man. The truth is not in this sister for, going out and committing abortions, for being a whore, a drug addict. I'm saying a thief. I'm saying that there's 613 goddamn laws. If you break a single one of them, I'm saying you do not have, a lick of common sense, I'm saying, to sit there and tell the truth. I'm saying you don't have the morality to tell the truth, which is why the Lord let us know as a nation that you can't do a simple thing such as keep the commandments. You ain't got the goddamn truth in you. I'm saying you're nothing more than a liar. But whoso keepeth his word, Slacky, I'm going to read that from the top. Verse 5. But whoso keepeth his word, I'm saying, so is out here, keeping what it was that the Lord told us to do. So he can be, I'm saying, a nigga that ain't got a house. I'm saying somebody that ain't got children or a car or a slave. Keepeth his word, in him verily is the love of God perfect. And so, I'm saying, you might got brothers out here that are houses, I'm saying, without whips, without a slave, without a solid income. And yet, if they keep what it was the Lord told us to do since the beginning. You know what I'm saying? The scriptures let us know, I'm saying, that the love of God is perfected in this brother. Which sadly, today, we view the love of God as being something that is materialistic. You understand? Something that is is of this world. For instance, we might take our, wealthy Christian pastors as being someone that, the Lord, he's blessed this man. I'm saying the love of the Lord is perfected in him. Or we might look at these different celebrities. I'm saying, look at, the drug dealers in our communities and view them as being someone that has been blessed by the Lord. I'm saying, when the scriptures, when the scriptures let us know, I'm saying, if you keep the commandments of the Lord, I'm saying, the laws and the statutes, I'm saying, only then can you truly be perfect as an individual. I'm saying, as a nation. Which in reality, that gives us just a different, way to view our so-called religious leaders. Because we know not a single one of them wicked bastards is keeping what it was that the Lord told us to do. Hereby know that we are in him. Slovakia. We're going to go ahead and end this class. I'm saying we're going to break it up into. And we're going to get into the closing announcements. ISUPK security announcements. With ISUPK, Start 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6 month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. Book of Numbers, chapter 18, Ma'ashara. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund. It's a free will offering for priests. It's not mandatory. It's whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations. Let me get the date for you. So I know the Lord's 51st annual Passover is on April 9th. You know what I'm saying? In New York. Let me get the location for you. It's at Westchester County Center, 198th Central Avenue, White Plains, New York. Zip code 10606. Saying once again, it's on April 9th. Which I believe the entry fee is $100 for adults. I'm saying all of these fake Israelite groups that has branched off from the ISUPK are ordered to return to the home of the truth by commanding General Yahanna. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, to start wearing all black boots, shirt, pants, headband, or a war scarf. Understand? So with that said, I am Majum, which means to stand. Upanyak Vadum, which means turn and face the east. We're going to start with the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawu, Shash, Haya, Shemka, Yahau, Malakwaka, Taba'a, Ratazaika, Haya, Aisha, Barataza, Kawa, Haya, Bashamayim, Nathan, Lenawa, Lekam, Call, Yawam, Wasalakanaw, Kawawathinaw, Kasalakanaw, Kabawathinaw, Wala, Dabayainaw, Bana Obo, Hawashainaw, Mayan, Rai, Kaya, Laka, Hamulakwath, Wa'ala, or the Parath, Lavalamyam, Aman. The Lord's Prayer in English. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh, thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. So be it. Amen. The perfect of blessings in the Hebrew. Barakatah Yahweh, wa Yahushai, wa Myaka'ala, wa La'ayim, Matazab Yah, Halawap Yahana, Halawapium, Hazaranyam, Hakwatazayanyam, Hakayayam, wa Kwathian, Yahweh, by Shem Yahushai, the water Aman. I pray for the blessings in the English. Bless you, Yahweh, and Yahushai, and Michael, and the angels, commanding General Yana, the generals, the captains, the officers, the troopers, and the sisters. Yahweh, in the name of Yahushai, thank you. So be it. Blessed are you, Yahweh, King of heaven and earth, and all things living. Yahweh, in the name of Yahushai, listen to us now, right now. Send evils and curses, and punishment and destruction, and death to the heathen that speak against us, thy prophets, the teachers, the princes, the priests, the Israelite brothers, and the school. Send evils and curses, and punishment and destruction, and death to the heathen, and shake loose the pockets of the rich of Israel that refuse to give to the school. Force their wretches to enter into thy sanctuary. Send evils and curses, and punishment and destruction, and death to the Edomites, and the nations, and their drug dealers, the court system, the prison system, Planned Parenthood, all the governments of our enemies, Amalek, synagogues and armies, Roman Catholic Church, the Pope, Islam, Christianity, Egyptology, militia, Ku Klux Klan, Aryan Nation, skinheads, Posse Comitazi, the gay movement, the lesbian movement, spies, workers of witchcraft, NASA space programs, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Wall Street. Open up the internet and the airways, the cable access channels, and the radio channels. Convict the spirit of any of thy people that seek to stop us, and bring swift death to all the heathen that stand in the way or try to stop us from broadcasting your words throughout the planet Earth. Let loose all the terrorists. Cause them to go to and fro through the earth and destroy. Cause the terrorists to come against America and destroy them in their strongholds. Let America shake at the hands of the terrorists. Let Yahushua, Michael, and Gabriel come down with the flying saucers and kill all the heathens that come up against us as we speak thy word. Cause it to be known by all that it is the angels that have done it. Cause it to be spread through the media throughout the whole world. Cause them to shake at thy coming. In the name of Yahushai, thank you. Always. So be it. Sar, use a turn. I'm going to give a courtesy salute to the teacher. Amajim Shabbat. Amajim Barak. Yahweh Shem Yahushai Barakatah. It's like your thumb as a matat. I'm going to give a courtesy salute to the sisters. Amajim Shabbat. Amajim Barak. Yahweh Shamar, Al Thamba, Shem Yahweh Shai. Here's a Matah. Classes